Welcome back to Having a Chat with Peter and Sophia. We're back. We weren't anywhere, but we're back. I'm introducing it like that because Sophia made a video the other week says we're back. Should have known you where we were.
We were having a break.
No, we're having a chat.
A much needed break.
Yeah, are we going to start with that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Come on, be serious.
He's looking at me to try to figure out what's going on.
Come on.
Right.
Let me have a pause.
It's Having a Chat with Peter and Sophia. We took a little break and now we're back. There we go. I introduced it. We've been trying to do this for the last 15 minutes. Hi, Sophia.
Hi, Peter.
How are you?
I'm good.
How's life?
Good.
Why did you quit on me?
I didn't quit on you. I took a break.
Why did you take a break?
I needed one.
Okay, I understand. Many people said they need a break from me.
It wasn't from you. It was just from life in general.
Okay, that's good.
Needed a time out.
What's happening anyway?
Not a lot. Not a lot.
What? What are we doing here then? Like, seriously?
Catching up.
Right. What's the lowdown? What's the topic of tonight's or this afternoon's or this morning's? It depends on the time of day you're listening to this, but
Yeah, exactly. Kind of go back to why we took a break.
Right. Well, we didn't plan to take a break.
No, we didn't.
Because you suggested us taking a break, and I said no. Let's just keep on going. And then the universe decided, guys, you need to take a break.
Yeah.
So we had to take a break.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of all just. And let's be honest, right? The financial cost of creating these episodes kind of caught up with us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. And so we did set up a thing to help, and we have had some support in that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You know who you are. And that did help us pay the last bills off, and then we're back in. But like, out with that, yeah, life kind of happened, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You had your mum's court case. Oh, can I say that?
Yeah, can say the trial.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm like, shit. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you had that, and then we came back from that, and then life happened.
It did. Like, as I'll kind of go back to it, I wasn't expecting the outcome that came with the trial. I thought I was prepared for it, but I was prepared for something different, you know, that sort of way. Like, you were there, it went on for 2 days, it was hard. And then, like, her defence to be saying the stuff that they did, like, stuff that was brought up that wasn't even brought up in my father's case, because obviously he pleaded guilty.
She pleaded guilty. And they still brought all that up.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think of that, to be honest. Yeah. It was horrific. And what made it
very detailed. Like,
it was
graphic.
too detailed, very graphic. And it was
no
like,
need for it at all.
What made it, I think, even that bit more awkward is the fact that my daughter was there as well, and she'd never heard that side of it because she was obviously too young when Dad's case was gone. But as I said, that sort of stuff wasn't even mentioned in Dad's case. And then you were there, my sister was there, and it was like I was more concentrated on like other people hearing this, do you know, that sort of way, because it was like it was embarrassing too. And then to kind of see it written in the papers then as well, it's like, it was hard. It's like, no matter how many times you talk about this sort of stuff, it's still hard when you're reading it or listening to it or something like that, especially when it's someone else's words about you, do you know, that sort of way? Because I know it can be manipulated. After that court case, like, as you know, I was in our bedroom, woke up one day, and it was like I hit a brick wall. I was drained. I had no energy. My body was in agony. I wasn't sleeping. Like, there was times you were coming and going from the house. I didn't even know if you were there or not. I didn't even know if it was night or day. And it was like, I didn't know what was going on with me. I'd like completely lost connection with myself. And the physical pain in my body was like, it was hard. And I was looking back at myself as a little girl, and I was seeing it, and I felt so sad for that little girl. And when I started feeling the physical pain, like in my groin, I couldn't walk properly for 3 days. And it always brings me back to when I went to the prison and done the restorative justice with Dad, and I asked him, like, why did he keep doing what he was doing? And his response was like, if I knew it was that bad, I wouldn't have kept doing what I was doing. And when I was having those like flashbacks and going through those memories and feeling that pain and feeling the connection to my inner child, it was like I got so angry, because it was like, there's no way he didn't know he was hurting a little child like that.
Not possible.
It's impossible. It's impossible. And that showed me how much I dissociated with my inner child, with myself when I was a kid, because looking back, like, the abuse was horrific. Like, I always, like, narrowed it down to being something it wasn't at all, but as an adult sitting and looking at that, it was like, Jesus Christ, it was hard to sit and watch. It's like that. He's not the man at all I thought he was. Do you know, I'd accepted what had happened and stuff like that, but going back over it, it was like watching reliving a different life altogether.
You were able to disassociate the person as the father to the person as the paedophile, the predator, the abuser, and then you were able to see the bigger ripple effect picture of the actual amount of lives that this man has not only affected but like destroyed.
Yeah.
It's gone. It spreads like, wow. And how many generations of trauma are to come just from this one human being being there. But yeah, look, it was cool. Not cool, maybe the wrong word.
Interesting.
No, it was very special to see how you like came through that and how you went through it and grew through it. And all the different perspectives and all the aha moments and all that,
I know.
and all the things, and how you were coming out of counselling going, I know about that now, I know what that's, and you're coming out excited, like, coming out, oh yeah, your eyes are red and your tears and you're broken, but you're like, I know what that is. Like, I remember one time, it was 2 months ago or something, we were driving back in the road from council, and everything just came to you. It was like, you knew why a lot of things were going on within different things in your life. And yeah, that was cool. Not cool. Yeah, look, it's beautiful to see the growth that can come from it. Yeah, it was difficult to watch you going through it. Like,
oh yeah, there was times I was going through it, I didn't think I'd get through it. I thought I was going insane at times. As I said, the physical pain in my body was, and like sometimes just feeling like I was being smothered. I couldn't shower, anything. I didn't want to be around anybody. Do you know, it was almost like I was that little girl again. I didn't have a voice. I couldn't speak up for myself. Do you know, that sort of way? It was very, very difficult. But as you say, what I've taken from it, like, is, it's magical. Like, along with my counselling and my journey with plant medicine and all the work I'm doing myself, like, over the last few months, what I've learned about Sophia, myself as a person, not little Sophia, not Sophia now, not Sophia at 16, but the whole lot put together, it's like, wow, like, I am a survivor. It's like,
on so many different levels.
Exactly, like it's looking back what I've been through, it's like, how did I do it? Like, even my counsellor does say to me, like, I'm surprised you held a job for as long as you did. But it takes for other people to tell you that, for you to see it yourself. But I am so grateful and so blessed. I got to go back, relive all those experiences, but I never ever left without taking something beautiful with me.
Yeah.
That was one thing. Any time I went back to myself as a kid, or I would never leave that part of my journey without bringing a happy kid with me. Do you know, that sort of way? Because I was sad there for long enough, and you can't make a child happy and then abandon it. You know, that was push and pull was done to me for too long.
Oh yeah. And you brought it into your own life then as well.
I did, yeah.
That's how it goes on.
Yeah.
But like, it's from, I'm watching this on the outside as you were going through it all, and you can really like see how the connection, how like anyone who's surviving or anyone who's gone through something like that sort of trauma, that sort of abuse, the turmoil, on such a prolific and horrific scale for such a prolonged period of time, would or could end up like headed towards destructive behaviours, addiction, alcohol, any sort of escape. And even through the healing process, like, of watching what you were going through, like, I could completely and fully understand how a human being would want to escape from that and take away that pain. It's so you can see the huge connection between like survivors, abuse of any description, whether it be sexual abuse, sexual violence, domestic abuse, emotional abuse, you know, like
trauma.
Yeah, relationship abuse, but stuff like that where you can really see the effect and the damage it'll have, and how, you know, people will go to that escape, that destruction so easily. And yeah, I don't know how you get through it, like, to be honest.
But
I always say it to you.
It's like you're just explaining that there. Like I completely understand where my addiction came from, because
yeah.
if I didn't have that as a kid, Peter, I wouldn't have survived all that pain.
Yeah.
Like as I said before, like about breaking my own bones, like, and I didn't feel it. Like how dissociated was I? And I'd done that numerous times. It's like
a complete disconnection. It's the only way to survive.
It's like, wow. It's like hats off to myself, like, you know, and like I'm so grateful, so grateful that like I am who I am today. Do you know, that sort of way? It's like life could have been so different. It was so different. It was so different.
No, well, it's not.
No.
On a happier note, I don't know.
Yeah. How's life been for you, Peter, by looking after me? Not
Well,
looking after me, just
I'm
supporting
grand.
me.
I just show up and do what I'm told. That's it, really. We learned that tonight when everyone around here was just bossing me around, telling me what to do, giving out to me.
You like it, really?
I don't. I don't at all. Life's been good, yeah. Busy. Yeah, going through different bits and pieces, counselling, things like that. But yeah, it's been good. It's it's been good.
You've been doing a few talks and stuff like that, showing your face around the place.
Yeah, we were in
Keeping
Belfast.
busy,
We
yeah.
were doing stuff in Belfast. I was on a panel in Belfast, which was pretty cool. Yeah, it was nice.
You're going to talk about your Cambo, about doing your Cambo instead
Oh, so
of
I'm
your
doing
plant
Cambo, yeah.
medicine.
So I did that at the weekend. So I decided that instead of, so we're going to Bali. I don't know if people know. Sure,
Everybody knows. If they
I
don't,
know,
they do now.
yeah. So we're heading off to Bali at the end of December for a year or so. Not just Bali, we're going to do Vietnam, Thailand, and Bali. Starting off in Bali anyway in December. So like we're looking at like vaccines and things like that. And I'm just not into Western medicine. Which is a bit mad, like, because I go on about, oh, be careful what you put in your body, considering everything I put in my body over the last 37 years of my life. But, about that long. But now I don't want it. So I have a choice now, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I choose not to put certain stuff into my body. And I decided I'm going doing 3 sessions of Cambo, very, very close together. Well, they were going to be closer, but my body wasn't able for it because I'm a wimp. That's just how it is. So I did a Cambo session on Saturday, and that's good. And we're doing another 2, and that'll do me as an antiviral vaccine, antibiotic, the whole shebang for Bali. Now it probably won't like help me not get Bali belly, but I'm fairly okay though, because I have a sturdy, solid belly. Like I have a mother who really like made sure my belly was savage as growing up. Like we got fed everything and anything. Sell by dates didn't matter, use by dates didn't matter. Green mold got picked aside and put to one place, you know, cheese that smelt like
It toughened you up for prison though.
Oh, it did, yeah, it did, yeah, it did that, yeah, definitely, yeah. But yeah, so I'm doing that, and that's good. What else have I been doing? I've been doing counselling. A lot of different things been coming up with that. I've done some plant medicine. Didn't get the same experience as yourself or sit in the same way, but stuff did come up. Learned a lot about myself, learned a lot about my ego, learned a lot about my fears, and learned why me and certain medicines don't always work. It's not that they don't work, that's the wrong way to put it. They work in the way that they're supposed to, but I don't experience them the same as others do.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that I have a really strong ego. Like my ego is...
No.
What? Right, I'm out of here. Can't do this anymore. Yeah, so back to you, babe. We're done now. Cut. We're done. Cut. So no, genuinely, all joking aside, because there will be men out here who've been out there who've been in situations and led life similar to myself, which is chaotic and prison and violent and dangerous and all of those things that your ego will create a great defense and a solid mask.
Yeah.
And mine has become so adept at what it thinks is keeping me safe and protected and not vulnerable, you know. I do allow myself, or I get into vulnerable spaces, but not enough with medicine to bring me to that next realm, that next level, where ego dissolution and connection with one, connection with the all, and that everlasting unconditional feeling of love. I'm just not allowed that at the moment. My ego doesn't want me to have it. No, it's not that simple. But yeah, so like I just clearly kind of step away from it. The fear is too great in it. Maybe like I know it comes from a place of I don't trust anyone or anything. Right now, I know that's hard to hear, and I say it's pretty hard for you as a partner to hear.
I understand the trust.
And I'm lucky that you do, right? Because
Yeah.
can you imagine other partners? Yeah, I just don't trust you. What? Like, I'm sorry, I don't think I ever will. What? Like,
I didn't trust you for a long time.
yeah, that's good.
so.
What? No, but like, no, genuinely. I don't trust it. Like, it comes from a lot of, like, so a lot of people ask me, oh, what do you think? Why do you think you're like this, or why do you think you're like that? And it's like, here too, it's not just one single experience.
Scenario,
It's a load of, like, a category of experiences that brought it to one. It goes with, like, adoption, it goes with the feeling of abandonment, rejection, it goes on, and lots of different things that happen throughout life.
Yeah.
If you want to know more, you're just going to have to keep watching our podcasts.
Manipulation at its finest.
Influencing the energy. But no, so like all of that kind of aligned and made my protections and defenses and disconnection from myself and my feelings, my emotions, and my love, my self-love and love for others. And I am chipping away and I'm working on getting there. And a lot of the work I do, which is wild, I was thinking about this driving over, is a lot of the work I do is based, love-based, and fighting fear with love, and we do all that. And the way I coach is all love-based coaching, and it's not for everyone, and I get that, and that's cool, but I'm a firm believer that when you meet anything and everything with love, you can dissolve it into a way to make things better. And with that work, it seems to be bringing up a lot of my own stuff that I'm needing to look at and whatnot. So it's cool. So it's taught me that. And it also taught that, like, you get what you need, not what you want. Now, I knew this already, but now I just know for a fact.
Yeah. You knew it, but your ego also knew that you can go and get what you want anyway. You know?
Like after one experience, our facilitator, Colin, cool dude, real good friend of ours, turned around to me and says, "You realise now, like, there's something bigger than you, like, there's something bigger than you out there." I'm like, "Yeah, I do, yeah, but like, my fucking ego doesn't."
Yeah.
So like that's what needs a bit of a smash, like.
Yeah.
So I have figured out an idea of what I need to do. So I've got me counselling now over the next couple of weeks, and then I have a plan to tackle what I know and just work on that. And then that's what I'll do, like, and that's what I'll do going forward. So it's been an interesting journey in that one, in that respect. What else has been going on? Can't think really. Yeah. I'm selling my car.
If anyone
wants to buy a 2020 Ford Focus 1.5, we're looking to get rid of it. Anything else? No,
not really.
Yeah. So there, that's us done, is it? We can just leave now.
No, we talk about it a bit more. I talk about my journey with plant medicine.
Okay.
Because
what else has been going on though? Oh, you're doing, like, I'm doing a personal training course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Keep it on me. Here, keep the camera on me. She wants to talk about plant medicine. We're done with that.
Needy much.
No, I learnt about that too. I learnt about the neediness actually on my last journey.
When are you going to start, like, bringing it into your life?
I do, and I have.
Since when?
Since Saturday night.
I haven't seen any evidence of it yet.
You have, even to the point where you're becoming insecure. What?
How am I becoming insecure?
Yeah. Because I'm looking after my own needs and my own neediness, and you're feeling left out.
Why can't you look at me when you say that?
Because I'm talking shite. I know. On one of my journeys, I learned that I wasn't picked up as a baby. I was picked up.
I'm not surprised. I'm only joking.
Why am I still here? Why do we do this?
I need someone to annoy.
That's
okay, no, go on. I promise.
Oh yeah. It's like full of shite. See, if we were close enough, you'd be trying to touch me and everything. That's what you're all like, grooming. Anyway, so what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I wasn't picked up enough as a baby. Surprise.
This episode was brought to you by Sophia Mind and Body. At Sophia Mind and Body, I help you reconnect with yourself, both mentally, physically and spiritually. I know what it's like to be at a stage where you have no confidence in yourself and you feel worthless. Together we can get you to a space of healing where you feel self-growth, self-love, self-passion, and you give yourself a lot of self-care. If you want to join me, reach out to me on Instagram and we can take this journey together.
No way, was I? Oh shit.
Okay, let's get back to you, Peter.
No, I'm fucking done, like, good luck. Let's get back to you, Sophia. So what's happening?
Not a lot, bro.
So
how's your PT course going? What made you decide to do that?
honestly, I need more clients. And I thought the more I can bring into my services, the better. Really, genuinely. And I love the gym, and it's done wonders for me over the last year.
And you think it's great to help people change their lives and stuff?
Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah. Shit, sorry. That was the main thing. I think it's a bit, yeah. Did I say I was moving to Bali? I'm going to be an online coach. Well, I was until this podcast went out. If that doesn't work out, I'm sure there'll be some broadcasting thing over there I can do.
Breathwork or something like that.
Alarms. I can work for the fucking Indonesian alarm company. I'm really sorry for your ears, by the way. Anyway, no, seriously.
Sheldon.
Excuse me. What else? Oh, I set up a community. I set up a community for the podcast to kind of keep followers coming in and whatnot. And then I didn't do anything with it. It's just sitting there. I forgot to add stuff onto it. Really, it's not.
But we haven't had that much to put on it, though. We'll have plenty to put on it when we go away. There's only so many pictures people can see of our balcony, babes, and the hot tub and
tub.
Or they're
what have you been getting in every morning, like a hot tub? Oh yeah, just that's it. These people have been thinking we've been getting in a cold plunge every morning. You just give it away.
Sorry.
Until I'm in the hot tub. I've been hiding the
filter. It's cold outside the hot tub.
You know, I was one of the lads asked me, "What's that steam in the pictures?" I said, "That's the cold. That's the frost."
Yeah.
Now they know it's the heat.
Yeah.
We're done.
We'll be grand. But as I said, we need to have some nicer content and stuff for people, and we will have loads of it.
Will we?
Hopefully.
Words count.
And now back to serious note.
So what we were talking, me.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, genuinely, no, seriously, all joking aside and whatnot. I learned that when I was a baby, I wasn't picked up much, and that would have been in the orphanage. I don't know what you call it, an orphanage, baby home or whatever you call it, where they kept all the babies in the 80s in Ireland. The church. Sorry, I take that back. Or in other cases, the graveyard in the church, but my bad. I wasn't picked up and cuddled enough when I was crying and whatnot. So that's where my neediness comes from. So I was told that when I feel that, and when I'm looking for that approval, when I'm looking for that, like, that
comfort.
Yeah, that comfort, that safety, to imagine and go back to any sort of a room that I can picture myself as a baby in the cot and just pick me up and just hug me and swaddle me and hold myself. And that will take that, and I won't need to go for it. So that's what I've been doing. That's why you're not getting as much cuddles or me going around going, baby.
Isn't it beautiful though that Susan can take us there?
This Susan didn't take me to there, like, but that was my...
but like she's helped get us to
she's opened the mind to these things happening, and then it was my journey on Saturday night that showed me this is what's going on and this is how you do it. But I suppose with Susan doing the meditative counselling with me and bringing me in those ways, it helped me open my mind to these sort of things, like that this can happen, and that you can actually comfort yourself in the past, which will then in turn, like,
comfort you now,
manifest into your life in today, in the present and the future. So it's pretty cool. There's some mad stuff goes on in the world out there with energy and movement and connection, and there's so much stuff to learn about and to get involved in. And that, like, I suppose for the majority of my life, I thought it was like fucking woo-woo. Like, mad. Of course, You're what? You're cleansing yourself with sage. Yeah, of course you are, you lunatic. You know what I mean? One bag of weed, I've got really nice stuff there. Like, that's kind of what I associated all that with. And now I'm in the house every morning doing the exact same thing because I get something from it and I'm open to it. And yeah, it's cool. Like, it's really, really cool. Yeah. So what else? I don't know.
But it's nice to be on a spiritual journey. I think it's like... It's a beautiful thing, and I didn't even know what spirituality was until... Okay,
there's an interesting one. Let's dive down this one. What is spirituality, Sophia?
It's been connecting with yourself as one.
So it's not external?
No.
So is spirituality chasing the new trend and buying the newest, flashiest yoga mat and going to the newest, flashiest breathwork class and paying over the odds for a well-marketed fucking retreat for like $4,000?
No.
Is that spirituality?
No.
What's that?
that's getting ripped off.
It's the wellness industry.
It is. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a bit mad, right? But no, anyway, back to spirituality.
Where was I with it? Like about finding spirituality. It's like, it's something once you find it, it's like you never want to disconnect with it again. Do you know? And the first time, I felt connected, I started to feel connected with myself, like when I first went into rehab and realised what spirituality was and stuff like that, and how I could work with it and what tools I needed to get there. And in my first experience with the Bufo last year, it was like, wow, you talked about the trust thing earlier on. It's something I found very hard to do. And for whatever reason, in that room that night with Colin with that medicine, when he asked me to trust, I trusted. And it was just, it opened up something for me. It's like I felt so much love, so much connection with myself. I felt safe. I think it showed me like that I got myself through life. Do you know what I mean? I brought myself to there. Do you know, I did have strength, and I was wise, and I was strong, do you know, that sort of way. Yeah. And I just needed to stop getting in my own way with everything, believe in myself.
Yeah, get out your own way.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well done.
Yeah.
Do you know, I thought of something there that'd be really cool that we should probably talk about. That'd be an interesting one that may help a few people out there. And I don't think it gets talked about at all. What it's like as a couple, a relationship, going through these things when things are going on, as like two people who've experienced abuse, and what it's like and how we navigate it and communicate. And sometimes someone just doesn't want affection, and what it's like and how difficult it can be for others who don't understand it, and maybe for couples out there who partners don't even know about the abuse, and there's like people, you know, at times there's just can't, triggered
by different things.
But just can't be touched or feel affection, or affection is slightly disconnected, and you know what I mean. I think that's an interesting one.
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
No, I'm not the one dealing with it. Like. Right back at you.
It's great with you because you're very understanding. It's like when we first moved in together, that was quite challenging for me at the start. Like some nights I'd end up sleeping downstairs, but that had nothing to do with you. That was me not being comfortable in my own body, where I was struggling with my breathing and stuff. But I'm realising now more and more, with the medicine on Saturday night, I realised where my fear of the breathing comes from. And I always thought I was afraid of drowning. But when I done this medicine, it caught my breath and I panicked a bit, and it brought me back.
What medicine was that? That was the Rapé. The Rapé,
yeah, the Rapé. And it brought me back to it. It was like, oh my God. It's when I was younger, my dad put a plastic bag over my head. And when I was a kid, I thought it was funny. But it brought me right back to it, where the plastic was going back my mouth, and that really, it brought me back to it, as I said. And all them times, like, I was struggling with my breathing, it was me looking for a distraction to try and keep myself awake, to not get comfortable in the bed, because I didn't want to be vulnerable. And I spoke to you very openly about that, and you were grand about it. But like some nights I'd wake up and you'd be like beside me on the little armchair where you wouldn't want to leave me on my own and stuff, and I could see the sadness in your face so much, and I felt it wasn't fair on you, but I also felt I loved you enough that I could make it work, you know, that I knew it was just like something I was going through, rather than I didn't want to give up. You know, it would have been very easy for me to say, look, you deserve better than this, blah, 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 blah. But I could just see the care in your eyes, and I've never seen that in anyone before.
So what would you say to someone who's going through that? Like, so a woman out there who's kind of struggling like that.
Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Speak nicely to yourself. I affirmations are like, they're cool.
And I program, I self-program.
Yeah, and I talk about them all the time, and I don't do them every day, because some days like that, when you're feeling great, you're like, you forget about them, do you know? And then you're going back to them then on the bad days, and you're like, but
like the good days that count, you need to do it. That's the program, and that's where the resilience comes in for the bad days.
That's it. Like, I'm lucky enough that I am at a stage now where I can talk myself around when the bad thoughts.
You can reframe it quicker.
I can reframe it. So like, I am lucky. But when I was going through them times in my mind, there was no way out of it. I knew I knew I could get ways out of it, but there in the moment, I just said, like, I don't want to be here anymore. I can't go through this, not being able to breathe. Like, you've seen how desperate I was. I was in the hospital with low blood pressure, everything. It just, but what I'm thinking what it was is like me connecting to you as a relationship, moving into a new home, first time living without Sarah. It's like so many versions of me were turning up right there, and it was all the broken bits.
Yeah, it needs to be put back together. You need to do it yourself. Put yourself back together. And we're still doing it. I'm still doing it myself. Put myself back together. Learn about myself. And that's kind of just what this journey is, isn't it?
It is. But as I say, it's just be so kind to yourself, because it's so easy to be hard on yourself. And it's like when you think you're losing your mind, that's such a scary place to be. But it's not that you're losing your mind. You're just... You've gone, you're in your head, you're gone from a different place to where you're actually being present, and it's like that's where you feel like you're losing your mind. It's not, you're going back, and it feels different. It feels scary because you've evolved so much in life. You've changed so much, and that's where the connection of my inner child in me right now was so important, and that's why the pain got so horrific and stuff, because them two had to connect together. And it's like Susan said to me before, going through all this counselling and stuff, she said there's a day you will come in and you'll heal one part of yourself that will help you heal all the parts. And I can see that because I'm getting there more and more and more every time I go into her.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
It is. It's amazing. Like I can't put into words. Like it's magical. It really is, to feel so connected to myself as a person, as a child, and to get the opportunity to see myself go back and nurture myself and hug myself as a kid is powerful.
Cool, I'm chuffed. It's good to watch. It's powerful to watch, because for me as well, I know I can do it. Like, I'm way further off, like chipping away. And I do think that, this is just my thoughts on it, I do think that's got a lot to do with, I think women can connect quicker and easier with themselves, with the internal love, with their heart chakra, with that space inside, with their oneness, their wholeness. This is just my thoughts on it, my opinion on it, but I think women find it easier to do connect and go inwards than men do. And I think that's a lot to do with you hold your womb, like, you've got the portal of creation, like you've got the portal to this realm, like ye hold the portal to this realm. And I think because you have that capability and that reproductive capability, that you connect better with your own feminine energy, where I feel, and this is just my thoughts, that men and from my own experience, men like myself find it a lot more difficult, and it is just a chip away, and that's where, like you said, is you just have to be kind to yourself. Because I get frustrated. I'm like, why can't I get there? Why aren't I there? Why am I doing this? And then it's like, bang, I don't want to be there, fuck this, I don't want to get to feel this, like, oh shit. Because like we forget, and I forgot as well at the times, like, it's great that I'm getting these feelings back, these emotions, and I'm processing better, and I'm understanding, and my emotional resilience is good, and it's strong, and I've got a lot of learning, and my emotional intelligence is getting better, and I'm learning a lot, and I'm able to label, to understand, and I don't have a big ball of frustration anymore, right? And I get joy, and I have peace, and I have bliss, and I have acceptance and understanding and love and connection. And then I have grief and sadness and hurt and anger and pain and fear and all of that as well. I'm like, I don't like those things. But like, if I don't embrace all of that other stuff, I don't get all the good stuff. I mean, so it's cool. So I'm learning that I have to embrace all that dark stuff that I've been running from my entire life, from like literally a couple of days old, to run into it now. It's fucking scary, like. There's a lot of stuff there that I didn't realise was there. I thought I was grand. You know what I mean? Like, and then like you start to remember more and more and more and more. Like, I have so many memories that I've never had. Thanks to just chipping away. So like, I just tell any men, like, just chip away, be kind to yourself, and just chip away, and
reach out. Like, don't sit in the pain on your own. If you have anybody that you can talk, people understand more than you think. And I do get it, the embarrassment, the shame, the guilt.
But what embarrassment? This is the thing, like this.
I know, but when you're in that situation, you don't see it that way.
But even the way we say that there, we understand it, the shame and the embarrassment. But like, there's nothing to understand, because it's not there. It's put there by others. Like, there's no shame and embarrassment to anything that's going on or anything that's happened or anyone that's been through anything, no matter what it is, really. The shame and the embarrassment is placed on you and projected onto your experience by onlookers, by other people.
Yeah, but when you're that vulnerable, though, you don't see it that way.
I know that, but that's why there should be more people explaining this and saying this, that this actually is not yours. This is projected onto you from onlookers. You know what I mean? And look at it like that, completely disassociate from what's going on, so you can look at it with no judgment. Like, we judge ourselves far too much. We're like I speak for myself, but I know many that I work with are the same thing. We are our own worst enemies, our own critics. A mind untamed runs riot and will rip you apart. Yeah, so it's just be kind to yourself. There you go, rant over.
So yeah, go on, keep talking.
I've got more to say. I'm going to have some Pepsi Max. I can't say that, can I?
No. I don't know, can you?
I would say sponsored by, but we didn't get sponsorship. I reached out to every Tom, Dick and Harry in Ireland.
This one is sponsored by Sophia, Mind and Body.
This one will be, yeah. Is this one you sponsoring this one?
We'll see.
No, I'm sponsoring this one. Brought to you. I know, but genuinely, there's something I'll talk about. No one wants to sponsor the topics that we talk about. Ta-da.
It's understandable, though.
Well, I get it. Look, I do. I get it. I completely get it. It is what it is. That's life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, no, we're just going to keep going, are we?
Yeah.
So what's the plans? What are we doing going forward? What's next? What's happening?
We've a lot coming up. We've a couple of visits up and down to Dublin for different events that we're talking at and stuff like that.
Okay. Who's talking? I'm not. This is your turn to shine now. You're talking. And what are you doing in Dublin?
I can't talk about it.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I didn't realise that. Sorry about that, guys.
I'm trying to do the eyes here. You're not copping at all.
Subtle doesn't, not my middle name.
No.
Yeah. So, anyway, okay. What else is there?
Our preparation for heading away. We've a lot to do.
Yeah, but we've done a lot already. We've stripped down the house a bit. We've sold some bits and pieces. Yeah, and we're doing that. And then we're away on the 23rd and we're landing in Bali on the 24th.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah. I'm going to live stream a load of it on TikTok.
So you're going to lose a lot of followers this evening. Who's going to you annoying them on Christmas Day in Bali? No.
Well, that's going to be my gift to the world.
You're going to be an ick to everybody that day.
It's going to be my gift to the world.
Yeah.
Here is me on Christmas Day in Bali. No, my luck now is, you know what'll be happening? It'll be the biggest thunderstorm ever. And monkeys will run riot and I'll be attacked in the backyard and trying to look class.
Now you'll know how I feel then when I'm around you.
Why? How do you get attacked?
Monkey.
Babe, that is not politically correct.
Okay, we'll call it a day with that one.
Okay.
What made you decide you wanted to move to Bali, Peter? It's like getting blood out of a stone with you today.
I know, I don't know what's going on. I'm just
your ego is getting to you.
No, it's not. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it.
Okay.
That's just.
Yeah, what made you want to go to Bali?
Oh, I just can't live in Ireland anymore. Cost of everything is killing me. We went to Turkey.
It's killing you.
Yeah, it is. It's killing me.
Come on, we went to Turkey and what? Come on.
It was cheap.
Cheap as chips.
No, we went to Turkey and I went to the shop and we got 2 1.5 litres of Coca-Cola. You can't get other drinks. 20 cigarettes, a lighter, 2 packets. What was it? We saw the picture there again. 4 bars. I thought it was 2 packets of peanuts and a packet of crisps, but it was 4 bars of chocolate.
Something like that, yeah. It doesn't really matter, but it was cheap.
It was less than €6. And I was like, I'm out of here. I'm not done. I was going to move to Turkey at that point. And then I did a whole big search on cost of living, digital nomads and all the rest of it, and culture and climate. And it came back with a couple of different spots. And I've shortlisted it to Indonesia, to Bali, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Kuala Lumpur.
It's going to be a beautiful experience. We're still going to be working away as coaches, obviously, to pay for our way, but we're going to try a lot of different experiences and hopefully do more courses over there and stuff, see what opportunities are available for us, and have fun doing it. Go and find ourselves.
Yeah, so it'll be good crack.
Get lost over there. Like, it'd be nice to do that. Like, just get lost in a different world. Be nice.
Yeah. So that's that. That's it. That's what we're doing. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
Exciting.
It will be.
Yeah. So if anyone has any tips on, and we have everyone's head direct, and we've a lot of people already
We've
giving us a lot of
everyone,
information.
yeah.
So if
We've
anyone
got
has
it,
any
up to
tips
date.
on Bali or
Yeah, feel
anywhere
free
like
to
that,
share.
yeah, please, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah, feel free to share. So wrap it up, darling.
You wrap it up, baby.
I opened it. That was hard enough going. Like, no, we did this 15 minutes before people started listening and watching this
But
episode.
you know how to like manipulate people at the end. So what do you say at the end? Thanks for watching and listening, guys. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple, all leading podcast thingies.
Keep going, like, yeah.
Yeah, just go check us out.
just follow us for more. Yeah.
Please do. Please follow us more this time, because I've asked you to, just to prove a point.
I hear if that happens, I swear to God, see if our subscribers
See, he's manipulating you here.
See if our subscribers go up on Spotify because you've asked them and I haven't. Like, I will. We're going to look at that now, actually. Curious.
Be nice. It's nearly Christmas. I deserve it. I've been through a lot.
And I'm a manipulator. Yeah.
Right, guys, till next time, please follow, like, share, do whatever you need to do to spread the love. We appreciate it. Thank you. What do you say, Peter? Have manners.
Thank you.
That's it. We're two 40-year-olds who has sold up our whole life here in Ireland. We're going on an adventure to the far side of the world. It's all brand new to us. We don't know what we're letting ourselves in for, but I know we're going to have a lot of fun doing it.
For $4.99 a month, you can see what's about to unfold. Like, we've no idea what's going to unfold. So your $4.99 a month will feed us, keep clothes on our back, and keep us travelling around the world.
So subscribe, please.
Oh, and you get to look at us. Right, guys, so this is where I take your time and energy and use it to plug my coaching. So I don't know if you knew, but I'm an internationally certified professional coach. I know it's a mouthful. I find it difficult to say. And I work with people from all over the world, and I help them transform their lives into lives of purpose, meaning, connection, love and growth. And I work with people who are still trying to escape their life in a destructive pattern or destructive way, not necessarily addiction or recovery, but just in a way that doesn't serve them. And if you'd like to work with me, you can find me on Instagram and you can check me out on my website at yourpacerecovery.com. Cheers! By now, you might have realised we're leaving Ireland and heading to Bali. And if you haven't, why aren't you following our page? So other than that, we're going to set up a community. We have set up a community and we're going to add more and more to it. It's just going to be a place where ye as followers and us as travellers, podcasters, coaches, that too at times, can kind of come together and just be more intimate and see our stuff live and raw, and we're just going to put loads of stuff up because like some platforms don't allow like certain stuff to go up. Now, not saying that there's going to be stuff going up that, yeah, look, you get it. We're just, yeah, so for $4.99 a month you can see more of us. Hey!
Yeah, like we're going to be doing lots of fun, so like we're going to, like part of our trip to Bali is to go find ourselves. So we're going to explore like a load of different avenues. We're going to see if there's other options available to us to do different courses, experiment with different things and just meet new people along the way. Yeah,
we're 40-year-olds leaving everything. We've sold up everything. Mm-hmm. We've given up our flat and we're just heading off. 40 years of age, 2 lives of severe trauma, and we're just going to see what it's like on the other side of the world.
Bring your trauma over there. Yeah.
And I give you a heads up, for $4.99 a month, you're going to realise and recognise how clumsy I actually am.
It's worth it, trust me.
You know what I mean? You won't even notice for the price of a coffee a month.
Yeah.
Have I sold it to you? Like, I'm really trying here. Have I sold it to you? Let me know in the comments. Did you know that we're 2 40-year-olds leaving Ireland, selling everything, giving up everything and moving across the world? Yeah.
Scary.
So, but this is why I'm here. I need $4.99 a month from you to do it. Right? Believe it or not, your $4.99 a month will keep us fed, watered and nourished, nutrition. Because like, we're halfway through our life at 40 odd years of age.
Hopefully.
We don't know what we're doing. We kind of bought one-way tickets to Bali. We realise we're going to have an exit plan of some description. But yeah, we're just going to wing it like.
Yeah, we're going to have fun doing it though.
Yeah.
And it's not like we're going over blindsided. Like, we've done a lot of research online. We've looked up
But we've given up everything.
We've given up our, like, what were materialistic things.
Yeah, so everything.
Yeah.
Everything that's grounded us in Ireland, we have... It's gone.
No, we have.
So we need your $4.99 a month to feed us, water us and keep us with a roof over heads. So if you have any compassion in you at all,
petrol and scooter.
Yeah, but just, whatever, like. So like, if you give money to dogs charity, you know where we are, $4.99 a month, watered, fed, and nourished.
You've lost the plot.
You need $4.99 a month, babe. It's the only way this is going to work. I've done the calculations. If I don't get $4.99 a month from you, it's not going to work. So please, $4.99 a month.